Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So this is the first video on this channel and I thought what a better way to start than with the one skill that quietly sits behind almost everything we do in a tech, design, AI and a product building. It's research. Now people hear the word research. They usually imagine long PDFs, academic paper or some guy typing aggressively in a dark room at a 2 a.m. But honestly, we do research every single day without even realizing it. When you compare our restaurants before ordering a food, when you search the internet for a bug fix, when you ask a AI to explain us something complicated in a simpler words, you are already doing a research. At its core, research is just this, trying to find a clarity in a world full of noise. And maybe that has always been the human condition. And today we search through tabs, prompts, Reddit threads, and AI chats. The tools have changed, the instinct hasn't. But here's the interesting part. If information is now everywhere, if answer can be generated instantly, then what actually makes the research valuable anymore? Why do some people look at the same data and discover insight while the others only see a random fragments? Why can two people read the exact same report yet walk away with the completely different understandings of reality? Because research was never just about collecting information. Research is the process of turning information into understanding. It's the difference between knowing something and actually saying what it means. And today's world where a product management, design, development, and AI are slowly merging together, these skills matters more than ever. That's what this channel is about. Not just how products are built, but how decisions are made. Not just what professionals create, but how they think. Because every elegant product, every stable system, every influential idea, there's usually someone asking a better question than everyone else. And honestly, that's the invisible line between the executor and architect. A executor accepts the conclusions, a architect investigates a assumption. A executor says the data shows users want feature X. A architect asks where did this data come from? What are we missing? Are we solving a real problem or just treating a symptom? That shift in the thinking changes everything. For developers, research isn't just copying code from a Stack Overflow or LLMs. It's understanding why a dependency was chosen, what trade-offs were made, and what constraints shaped the system in the first place. For designers, research isn't decoration, it's invisible structure beneath the interface. The reason something feels intuitive instead of mentally exhausting. And for a product managers, research is difference between reacting to trends and understanding human behavior deeply enough to predict them. But there's another layer to this that people often overlook. Research is not only analytical, it's communicative too. The value of information depends entirely on how well it's translated for the person receiving it. Take these two statements: interruption of REM sleep inhibit memory consolidation, and if you don't sleep properly, your brain struggles to retain information. Both are the saying exact same thing, but they speak to different audiences. And this is where lot of people fail, because research is not just discovering a truth, it's shaping a truth into form another human being can actually understand. A technical team may need a precision, an executive may need a clarity, a beginner may need a simplicity. The message changes, the truth does not. And now, in the age of AI, this becomes even more important because information retrieval has become a cheap. Anyone can summarize an article, anyone can generate an answer, anyone can prompt an LLM. But the ability to think critically, to identify weak assumption, to separate a signal from a noise, that's still rare. In a world overflowing with information, disagreements become a form of intelligence. And that's why your role is changing. You are no longer just consuming information, you are learning to curate understanding. Whether you are designing a system, building a product, writing a software, or working with AI, research is the bridge between chaotic information and intelligent decision. So before writing your next line of code, before designing your next interface, before drafting your next strategic document, pause for a second and ask yourself, am I simply consuming information or am I learning to contribute something meaningful back to the conversation? Because the future won't belong to the people who can access the information the fastest. It will be belong to the people who can sit with the complexity long enough to understand what actually matters.